So the job of the spine is stability, oddly enough. It's there to stabilise your body. For example, you think of running over rough ground, it's there to help redistribute, so the force comes up through the ankles, the knees and the hips, and it's dissipating the whole time it's coming up through there, because these are all shock absorbers, and it's coming up through and it's into the spine. But the spine is there to keep, if this bit's moving as you're running, the spine moves to keep all this bit stable and focused on what you're going, running to or from or anything like that. But in order to have such a sort of varied stability job, the spine itself has to be extremely mobile, and it's split into 3 sections. So you've got all the vertebrae, and then you've got your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, and your cervical spine. Now the 3 of them sort of do slightly different jobs to each other, but the job overall is the same. So a nice way to keep the spine nice and mobile is spinal waves, because most people these days slump at a desk all day, or they don't get much rotation in, they don't use the spine the way it's supposed to be used. So a good way to do a little bit of movement of the spine, especially if you feel that you have lost range of motion in your spinal column and sort of a certain area, either the lumbar, you might have lost range of motion, or the thoracic or the cervical. It doesn't matter. I would approach it first of all with spinal waves. So spinal waves are great to do. You can do them standing against the wall, you can do them on all fours, or you can do them rotationally. So I'll just do a standard all four spinal wave first. So you're in all fours. Again, shoulders above the hands, right angle. You're going to be a nice right angle, nice right angle. So you're nice and solid and secure. You're not going to look up. You're going to have a neutral head. From there, feel like you're sucking your stomach to, like your belly button, to your spine. So you're going to tilt the pelvis, the lumbar area, then rounds. And you push up, round in thoracic, and also the cervical. So the scapulas go forward as you go up, and then to come down. Let's go from the lumbar again down. So you're up, and then the lumbar starts to flex. Imagine it vertebrae by vertebrae, then the thoracic, and finally the cervical spine. And then you reverse it. So again, the lumbar rounds. And now as you're doing this, you should feel pressure pulling, like you're pulling yourself, your knees and your hands almost like they want to touch. So you should be generating force as you're doing this. So the lumbar rounds, the thoracic goes arched, protract scapulas, round cervical, arch, and extend the lumbar, followed by the thoracic and the cervical. So that's the standard spinal wave, and it might take a little while for you to be able to picture and control each area, independently, but it will come over time just by doing it. You just need to build up that neural map. So it just needs to, build the connection of what's happening, what you're asking it to do. So it might take a little while to do that. Now, the next step on from that, I would only try the next step on once you have this initial spinal wave nailed. The next step on from that is the rotational spinal wave. So, again, favorite position ever, all fours locked, the locked box, I like to call it, because you're there, you're locked in position, and you make a box shape. So you're here. So what you want to do is you want to extend your head as if your head's being pulled out in a C shape, right? So extend the head. And you want to try and look, now I'm going to my left, so I want to try and see my left ass cheek, okay? And I'll feel a stretch down the right hand side. And all the weight will be in the left arm. There will be a little bit of weight in the right, but nearly all the weight in the left. So I'm here. From there, that's when the lumbar curves, the thoracic curves, and then the cervical curves. And instead of flattening out, so instead of then reversing it, what we do is, once it curves, we take over the hump. So that head goes across to the other side, and then extend and round. follow all through and drop it. And then I would just reset until you get the hang of it, completely reset. And then again, pull by the head, out and around. So I'm going to look at my right ass cheek this time. Once I'm here, I'm going to tuck that lumbar under. Let the whole wave cascade up over the hump. So I'm pushing away from the ground as far as I can. Everything's tight. And then I'm at the other side, and then I'd reset. Give those a go. Try them for 1 or 2 weeks, every day for 1 or 2 weeks, and you'll feel a massive difference if you suffer from back pain or anything like that.